Hey guys, so I'm here with Chef Laurent from BL Brasserie, and we've been chatting for a couple minutes now. Thanks for having me, man.
My pleasure.
I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
We we go back a little bit. I think we said I used to work under you three and a half years ago or so.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. So how are things going?
Things are very good. Things
Yeah.
are very good, yeah.
You have a busy holiday season.
It's been very busy. Very, very busy.
When I was here before, you started your wine club. How has that been taken off?
That's been very good, you know. We started that in well, something like 3 years ago or 4 years
Okay.
ago, and yeah, it's good. We have like 200 people, and it's not really like any other wine club, you know. It's more. Well, first we just do French wine, you know,
Okay.
which is, you know, we don't want to compete with all the wineries and thing.
Yeah.
And it's more. We have a lot of local people who are member of it, and it's more like a social club more than only a wine club.
Okay.
You know,
Like things.
the wine is important, but the wine on the food, but it's also meeting some people, and that's been the best part of it. You know.
Do you are you the one who curates the wine list?
Yeah, we take care of the wine. You know, by always try to find for the wine club some like new things, try to make people discover some new wines and
Okay.
things they are maybe not very familiar with, and learn something. You know, and every wine come with like we do little tasting notes and give some recipes also of
Okay.
you know, to pair with the food with the wine.
Do you give them any of the top secret recipes?
Yeah, nothing is really a secret.
No. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I like that. So is it blasphemous for me to ask where your love for wine came from? Because you're French. Like, is it?
Well, it's been, you know, food and wine go together. You know, it's been
Yeah.
if you're a winemaker and you love wine and thing, or you love enjoy wine and thing, it's been you know, obviously you're gonna like food, you know, because that goes together. And for the food, it's the same thing, you know. If you enjoy good food and sauces and things, it's been you're gonna go to wine
Yeah.
either. You know,
Yeah.
both they are together.
So the
you
kind of
know,
the two passions
absolutely, yeah,
kind of came
yeah,
together.
yeah.
Now, so you've been successful here for, are you over 20 years now?
22 years, yeah.
22 years,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Congrats. So you've been successfully owning and operating, being a chef here
Yeah.
for 22 years. Has food always been a passion in your life?
Oh yeah, I started. I was 16 years old and worked in France. Worked my way. Worked in some 3
Do you
star
remember the
restaurant.
first place that you ever worked at?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I went for become apprentice in a restaurant in Lyon, France,
Okay.
and it was like a old classic traditional restaurant and old chef,
Yeah.
pretty tough and but you know, learned it the right way, you know, and
Where did he start you out at?
Oh, at the beginning, you're not even coming to the kitchen. You know, you just
You just
prepping
stand
the
out.
stuff.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you know,
Okay.
cleaning the fish, doing the, you know, the cleaning, you know, you don't do that much the first few months, you know, and after, you know, if you're sure you're getting better, it's when you get to do the salad and the
Okay.
prep and thing, and it's like, but it was an old traditional restaurant, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to learn, you know.
Yeah. Especially like a lot of people credit French cuisine as being like the basis for every other thing. Like there's French technique in American food. There's French technique like
you,
in
you're talking to me, so you know. So
yeah.
I'm not gonna say the opposite, you know. But
Oh, you would.
no, I would not.
Oh yeah, of course, right. So real quick, what is the hierarchy that someone goes through in the kitchen? Like you said, they start cleaning the fish, and
Yeah.
then they go to salad. Where would you put them? Where do you how do you teach somebody stuff? Like they go from salad, then what's the next thing they start doing?
Well, yeah, you know, because obviously the more difficult would be more like the cooking part of the stuff. You know,
Mhm.
it's been, you know, you're gonna learn everything about the product or what you work with and the preparation of the. But things are a little different now. Also, when I started, we get in the morning, we get the old fish, and you got to clean it up and
Yeah.
get the scales off
Yeah.
and
The fun
and
stuff.
and do the fillet and things. Here now, you can receive everything already fillet. You
Pretty
just have to
much.
portion it pretty
Yeah.
much.
You just gotta cut it.
It's been, it's like but it's in one way, it's convenient, obviously, for restaurant and laborers and stuff. But it's nice to know to do those things, And
Yeah.
a lot of people don't really know that part now, or to fillet a fish,
Yeah.
or to
No. I mean,
or to do those things.
short of the people who are actually out there fishing.
Yeah.
I mean, I've worked with a lot of people in restaurants, and I don't know
Uh-huh.
many of them that can
Yeah.
clean a fish. Or
Oh yeah.
I've never butchered down like a whole pig or anything. But did you have experience doing stuff like that too?
Yeah. Oh yeah. We
Like
get the meat,
lamb
half a
and
pig
everything?
and thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You learn the old thing, That's why I think that's it's a good way to learn, and after you take what you want, but you at least you know to do it.
Yeah.
If you need to use it, it's great. If you don't need to, it's fine. But you know to do it.
You know how to
Exactly.
how what to do with it if
Exactly.
you're presented
Yeah.
that. So you said that you started as an apprenticeship.
Mhm.
Is that something that you do for free? Do you want to get that or?
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, of course. We'll take a quick break. When I get commercials, I'll put the commercials in
Yeah.
right now.
That's right. BL Brasserie. Good afternoon.
Where were we at? Apprenticeship. So is that something that you did for free? Like you came in and
No, but what you do, it's like there's different way. You can go to a culinary school. That was my time when I did that.
Yeah.
You could go to a culinary school, or you can do an apprenticeship. That means you go to work in a restaurant, and 1 week every month I'd go to school during the day.
So you go to school too?
Yeah, for 1 week, and you just do all the other thing, you do at school,
Okay.
math and
So like regular school, because you
Yeah.
said you were 16 at the time. So
yeah.
So like you were still in high school.
Yeah, and it's been the apprenticeship is 2 years. When you do that, and at the end of 2 years, you got to pass the test, and you get your diploma. It's like
Okay.
you can get that credit by going to school or by doing an apprenticeship.
By going. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's something that's actually through like some school system.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's good for the restaurant people over there because the apprenticeship is apprentices when you don't pay him as much money because you're responsible to
teach him.
to teach him. It's been I would not
Yeah.
I would barely make any money enough money to live, but
Okay.
but it's the way to learn, and after when you move out, even the first few jobs you get after, if you want to pursue the way I did, by working in like some more upscale restaurant on thing, it's been you don't get paid that much either, you just do it to learn,
Yeah. So do you have any chefs that you look back on that you really were like I really learned a lot from that guy? Is there somebody that comes to mind? I really respected everything he taught me.
I think most of the places I worked, I got something out of it.
Yeah,
and,
there's so many.
Exactly,
right? Like,
yeah, it's been I learned different things in different places, and that's why you do that, and for you would stay like I did my 2 years apprentice, and after I worked in 4 or 5 different restaurants over the years, you stay like a year or two, and move on,
Yeah, I think that people still do that nowadays. I do that. Like I learned from working at different places. There's stuff that I learned from working with you. I learned some pretty classical French desserts working here. I learned one of my favorite risottos. I learned working here with you. Did you ever work any like odd jobs that weren't related to working? I mean, or related to being a chef?
Not really, no.
Oh, really?
Not really.
Nice. That's you found your lane and
keep doing it. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a specific place in France that you'd recommend someone who wanted to cook to go? Like, is there one region that?
Well, not really.
No?
I think it's a
Thing just slides right out.
Yeah. I think it's every region got their interest. You know, obviously Paris is like the place, and like it's a big city. It's been what you're gonna find.
It's kind of like the Los
A little bit
Angeles
of
or like
everything, you
San
know.
Francisco
And
of it.
after Lyon, it's considered as the capital of the food. You know. It's
Oh,
called.
okay.
And it's like that's why a lot of chefs started on saying, and it's a good place to visit if you like food. You know.
Yeah. Is there could you recommend, young people who wanted to go cook to go over there? Is that something that people can still do?
I think it's harder to do. You know, it's like if you want to go work, you know, it's hard to get visa and
Yeah.
to work. You know,
There's
like,
a lot of other.
like you know, it's like same thing for me when I first came, or maybe not. Maybe I'm not the right example, but I got some. When I first started here, I had some. I brought some French guys here to work in the kitchen, and but no, it's a lot harder to get the visa to be able to come.
Yeah. So how did you try any places in California, or did you just end up landing here in Paso?
I first moved to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I came. I was working for in partnership with somebody in France, and we opened a restaurant in LA.
Okay.
That's in the early '90s, and he asked me to come for help the opening for a couple of months, and 25 years later, I'm still here. Yeah.
Yeah. How long did so before that, how long had you been cooking, or how long have you been like experienced in the restaurant? If you could put a number, it doesn't have to be exact.
Yeah, you know, like 15 years. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you were coming to be like were you coming to be like the kitchen mind? Were you?
Yeah, it was like we were gonna do a French bistro in Los Angeles, you know, in Santa Monica, and it's been I came just we had the staff in place in LA, you know, to operate the restaurant and thing, and I just came to kind of like teach them the menu and make sure everything was done properly,
Show them
the way we wanted it,
right
and everything to
techniques.
the chef over there.
Okay.
And so I was there for like 3 weeks and I get the opening of the restaurant going, and I went back to Paris to what I was doing, you know. And like a few days after I was back in Paris, I got a phone call from the owners from the restaurant in LA saying, "Well, you need to come back because
we need help."
No, it was not that, because what happened, they had, you know, it is in LA, you know, it's like we got the press the first couple of weeks, we got all the press coming and thing, and the LA Times published an article saying I was a resident chef over there, you know.
Oh, nice.
It's been
so you had
it's been people. I have to be there, you know.
You have to be and make an appearance.
Said, okay, well, let's talk, you know. Let's see what I can do, you know. And end up coming back for a few more months, you know.
Okay.
And you don't really go back, you know.
Yeah. How did Paso fall into the mix?
It's like it's been I worked in LA for 3 years.
Same place?
Yeah, same place. We kind of moved the restaurant to a different location, but it was still the same place. And that's where I met my wife in LA.
Oh, nice.
And from there,
shout out to Lori.
Huh?
I said shout out to Lori.
Yeah. And
hopefully she's watching. No, in the camera. Hopefully she's watching.
Very careful what I say. No, it's been we when we got married and decided to stay in California.
Okay.
And like I think many chefs, I wanted to open my own restaurant, but I didn't want to stay in a big city. I was done with the big cities. I think I wanted to more like establish something in this smaller town and thing, and that's why. And a good friend of mine I was very good friend with Michel Richard in Los Angeles also, who was like a famous French chef, and he just passed away a couple of years ago actually. But one of his partner on thing who I knew also offered me a job in Morro Bay.
Oh.
It's when I came to the inner Morro Bay for a year to kind of like.
So it kind of just happened.
Yeah, it's because I told him I was interested to move away from LA.
Yeah.
So he offered me the job, and he was like going his way and going my way. You know, I would come here and help them to kind of rebuild their restaurant
Mm-hmm.
and make it nicer. In for my time here, I would try to meet as many people as I could
Yeah.
and find if it'd be the right place for me to open a restaurant. You know,
Okay.
I mean, I did every for that year or year and a half I worked over there. I did every wine and food event I could do. You know,
Yeah.
I would go to everything. You know,
Nice.
like from the KCBX Wine Classic to all the small event on the coast and sing Test of St. Louis and
Anything stand out?
everything. I would do everything.
Anything stand out from
And
that
I
time?
meet well, you know, I meet people at everything. You know,
Yeah.
and from there we kind of started to look at places to open a restaurant. You know, I mean, you know, San Luis Obispo, you know, south. We looked at Santa Ynez also. We looked at Cambria. We almost did something in Cambria. It didn't happen. And Paso Robles. And that's why I did a lot of wine events here too.
Yeah.
I did a lot of winemaker during that year
Yeah.
too.
That's a good way to network.
And that's why we choose Paso Robles, you know.
Yeah.
And there was some of the established already winemaker at the time, like Gary Eberly and John Munch and those guys. And I went to them and I said, hey, what do you guys think about opening a French restaurant in Paso Robles?
Yeah.
You know, I'm talking about, 1995 or something like that.
Dang,
You know?
yeah.
There was not that much, you know.
Yeah.
And one thing Gary Eberly told me was, it's like he said, oh, you were asking me 10 years ago. I said, you're crazy. 5 years ago, maybe okay. I think now is the time.
Now's the time?
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whose choice was it?
That was Louis.
Yeah. I like it. I like
get my face out of the restaurant, and now I'm on the
and then now you're
wall,
you're on the wall. So Eberly, he says yes. Now's the time.
Yeah. You know, he was. You know, it's been I kind of follow their advice. It's okay. Let's
Because he's
keep the
part of
process going.
the like original 10, right?
Then what?
They're like,
yeah, you know, when at the time I was there was maybe 30 winery maybe.
yeah, right?
You know, and you know, things have changed since. You know.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm pretty far removed, but last time I checked, there was 330 or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it just
Something
keeps.
like that.
It just keeps.
Yeah.
Everybody's a winemaker now,
I
but
guess it's good, you know.
I mean, it is the region. So back then, when there was only 30 wineries, like you being from France, were you like a celebrity? You just had wine.
No, you know, you don't come in Paso Robles to be a celebrity. That's why I chose to come here.
Well,
you know?
I don't mean like that, but I mean like everybody would talk to you about wine.
Yeah, oh yeah, you know, everybody, you have to have every wine on your wine list, you know. But
Yeah, that's
but you know, it was also different. The restaurant changed over the years too. You know, it's been when you first started, you don't want to scare people away by doing something too
out
too
there.
fancy or
Yeah.
too, you know. And I think over the years we changed what we were doing and what we were serving and everything. You know, a little bit at a time with what the people want. You know,
Okay.
And you know that's why after 15, 16 years we did. You know, we were doing mostly only like tasting menu, 4 or 5 course tasting menu, paired with wine and.
Was that always the plan?
No, that was not the plan, you know. Yeah, that was kind of the idea, but you don't know what's going to happen until you start, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we changed with that, you know. And now a year ago we started to change again, you know, trying to kind of rebrand a little bit and go back to a more simple menu and things.
Okay.
Because you know, I think we gotta change, you know.
Yeah. So in your 22 years here, you've done everything from. I mean, you used to be on 13th Street, right?
No, I've always been here.
Oh, you've always been right here.
Yeah.
This is where you had the deli and everything too.
Oh no, that was in the same time on the restaurant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So between that and then going from a bistro to brasserie,
Brasserie.
what's the difference between a bistro and a brasserie?
Well, it's been, I would say, a brasserie is a little more upscale than a bistro.
Okay.
But when we started, being Bistro Laurent, when we first started, we were a bistro. After 15 years, we were not a bistro anymore. We became more like an upscale restaurant,
Okay.
And it's been, in one way, we downscaled to where we were.
Mm-hmm.
As a more upscale restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
But we upscale of a bistro,
Okay.
If you understand what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. So you were like a
yeah.
like a nicer bistro.
Yeah. It's me now the way we do. It's more like doing more things like people can come and have a half a dozen oyster at the bar and a glass of wine and just move on, and things
Okay.
like that. And you don't have to. And people, still don't want to kind of lose what I built in 20 years. It's been, people I still want them to come for celebrate their birthdays or anniversaries on special occasion.
Yeah. So you're kind of a little bit of both.
Try to give a little bit of everything.
Yeah. That, because I mean that. Did you see a need for that little kind of small?
Yeah, I think people like
type thing.
I think people like more like the convivial stuff, more like a group common, sharing stuff,
Yeah.
and things like that. And people really enjoy that part, That's what we do now.
Yeah, and then so do you still do the tasting menu? That was one of my favorite things that you did.
We just do it once a week now.
Okay,
on
Thursdays,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that was what. Yeah, like I said, one of my favorite things. Is there anything that you wanted to try or that you did try that just didn't take that you really wish did?
No, not really. We probably moved along with what people want.
Okay.
Listen.
You were pretty
You gotta
open.
listen to your customer,
Yeah.
And think, I still have my idea of what I want and what I do,
Is there more change on the horizon? What's the?
No more change, It's just like we talked about the wine club before, and that's one thing I really want to focus on,
Okay.
and keep on. And I really enjoy doing that. Those party we do, and this year we're gonna do a couple trip in France with some of the wine club members.
Oh, nice.
One in June, one in September, and people have been asking about that, and I said, okay, I don't know, and we've been thinking about it, and we put it on and sent an email, and within few hours, we sold out those 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
It's been
that's a good.
It's been it's like it's gonna be fun, We're gonna take people in France, and we're gonna rent like a villa in Provence.
Okay.
And every day I'm gonna plan a little something to do. Go to a winery one day, go to visit a little town, historical town another day, and thing. And on our way back, we're gonna be shopping for dinner.
Oh, and then you're gonna cook there too?
I'm gonna cook for dinner.
Have a little cooking class, or?
Yeah, get people involved.
Yeah.
I don't want to do all the work too.
No, yeah.
It's been and we're gonna do a dinner every night, and shop for wine and thing, and
Okay.
and enjoy.
No, that sounds awesome. How long are your trips gonna be?
It's gonna be 1 week each time.
Okay. It's like 7 days there, or
Yeah.
does that include 1 day flying for each day?
No, we're gonna meet. It's like we're not. We're just planning the week over there. Like we're gonna meet our guest at.
Okay.
We said, okay, such day we're gonna meet at such place.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go there, and we're gonna rent a couple car, and there we go.
Without saying too much info about the people that are going, is everybody? Could you say everybody's local? Like everybody?
Not everybody's local. We have mostly, but we have few people from LA, and we have a couple from Las Vegas.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's only a wine club. I think our wine club is probably 75% local and 25% from.
Is there anybody else around here who's doing French, like a French wine club, with French varietals and not French varietals?
Think so.
But
I don't think so.
No,
I don't think so.
That's good.
Obviously, every winery does
their own right.
Does their wine club, and a lot of the winery organize trip in Europe too. And things like that.
Okay.
But it seems like most everybody does those cruises and stuff like that.
Like on a big boat.
on a big boat or on a smaller boat on the river cruise, something like that.
Okay.
A lot of wineries do that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to do that. I don't really like cruise.
No, I don't like getting drunk on
know,
boats. It's not my favorite thing to do. I get scared about falling over.
It's been that's what we like to be different.
Yeah, but the opposite of that is I used to have to drink before getting on a plane.
Yeah.
But now I'm better about it. So I've only ever been to wineries here. Is there a big difference between a French winery and a winery here? Or are they all kind of...
No, there's not so much different. It's just, especially the difference is like in France, a lot of the winery goes from grandfather to the father to the,
like
it's like
family.
it's generation,
They go way back,
It's been a lot of the wineries been established for
hundreds.
100, 200 years,
Yeah.
It's been, here everything is newer,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the biggest difference, but still making wines,
Yeah.
and,
Okay. Just the language and the time.
Exactly,
that's pretty
the
much
situation. And,
okay. The is there without like saying anything bad? Is there a big difference between French wine and Paso wine? Like, what is the one thing that you could say? Because they try to do the same varietals, right? They try to do the same. Do they try to do the same
in
varietals?
France there's more regulation,
Okay.
It's been, if you are in Burgundy, you can only pretty much do Chardonnay and Pinot Noir,
They don't let you...
No, you cannot do anything else. If you're in Bordeaux, the same thing, there's certain varietals you're allowed to use.
Okay.
In the Rhone, same thing, certain varietals you're able to use,
Is there
here in California,
a reason?
you can, that's why you see wine here in, and a good example, Stéphane from L'Aventure, had his experience in France, in Bordeaux, and he moved here, like, getting a little more freedom,
Yeah.
Here you can blend the Syrah and the Cabernet. In France, you cannot do that.
No way.
No.
So there's more... I mean, they probably have their reasons, right? Do they have their reasons? They have to. They've been doing it for hundreds of years.
Yeah. You have to have regulation in in some of the stuff. You have to have regulation. It's like for the appellation, and it's why. It's not really my place to talk about that. You would,
of course,
more talk about the winemaker and thing who know more than me about that. But it's like, it's what here has been. It's been also divided. The region of Paso Robles has been divided in few different area. Like you have the Willow Creek district and the Adelaide district, and it's been just, I think, I don't know exactly how many it is, but I think there's 10 different districts in Paso Robles now.
Okay.
And you can have only the appellation, and in France that's what it is too.
Yeah.
Except different country, smaller country than here. It's like here most of the wine, even if I think every state in the country almost make wine.
Now, yeah.
And,
I mean,
you make wine in Vermont, in North Carolina, in Virginia, in Hawaii,
Yeah.
And but most of it is probably made in California, I would say. But
okay. So kind of touching back on to cuisine. So I know, like, another thing that I loved about working here is you have all these cookbooks out here. Where do you find inspiration for stuff when you're making your tasting menu or when the seasons are coming around?
Tasting menu anymore.
Well, Thursdays, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But so when you're doing new things, where do you...
Well, I think first I use my experience.
Okay.
Things I did in the past, something, and you try to kind of adapt it to the situation and to the region we are on the product we have, and things like that. And it's always good to see some other stuff, eat in some other restaurant all over the country, on different places.
Other ideas and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And you discover stuff.
Okay.
And read some books. And
do you would you rather try a new plate or a new wine? Like, if you could have a new experience would you rather have somebody give you a wine that you've never had, or somebody give you like a...
I like both. We go back to what we said before,
They go
both
hand in hand.
together.
They go together.
I like to try something new with a new glass of wine.
So I know this is hard to just say, without knowing what you're going to eat. But do you
Uh-huh.
have like a favorite? Could you give me like a favorite varietal for a starter, for a fish, for a
Of what?
steak, and for anything? A favorite wine
Oh, favorite wine?
for not specific, right? Like not a specific wine, but a type. For a starter, for a fish, a steak, and a dessert.
Yeah, I like. I would say I like everything, you know.
Yeah.
But I like for red wine, you know, for a main course, I think Châteauneuf-du-Pape, Gigondas is my favorite region in
Okay.
southern Rhone. Uh, but I like a good Bordeaux. I like Cabernet.
Yeah.
Um, and
What about
I think
anything for dessert?
you have to start with you can start to finish with a sparkling wine, you know. I like
Yeah.
champagne. I like bubbles, you know.
I like the finish with the sparkling wine.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
It all depends what we have, you know.
Yeah.
And, you know, I like ports.
Yeah. That's what I was saying, because without, I know it was going to be hard to answer without
Uh-huh.
saying a specific,
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
food that you're eating.
Yeah.
What's the original wine? Is there anything that you could think of, like the oldest varietal? Is it Bordeaux? Bordeaux seems pretty
wine was
seasoned.
being made way before that, you know,
Yeah.
in the Roman time,
Yeah.
the Greek time, you know, and Egypt and things.
Did they have a specific type, or they just
I
throw
don't know
fruit
what
in
was
there?
what was the grapes going at that time. You
Yeah,
know?
they're just. I don't know either. It just came up in my head right
Yeah.
now. Is there any other type of cuisines you like to cook? Like, are you at home making a lot of Asian food, or?
Not really, not really. I like a little bit of everything, you know.
Okay.
But you know, I like Asian food. I like sushi a lot.
Yeah.
I like Chinese food. I like Mexican food.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
like
I mean, you can't go
Italian
wrong.
food.
Yeah.
No, I like a little
Food's
bit of
good. I mean,
everything.
I think
Yeah.
we touched on this a couple
Yeah.
times. Food is one of
Exactly, you know.
you need
You
it
gotta
to
try different things, you know.
Yeah.
It'd be too boring if you eat the same thing all the time.
Is there oh, so it looks like we're kind of winding down. We got
Okay.
2 or 3 minutes or so
Okay.
left. Is there anything that you'd like to talk about that you got going on in the restaurant? Maybe the wine club or
No, we already talked about the wine club. You know,
Okay.
that's one thing I really enjoy doing, and you know, I'm planning to kind of like develop it by doing more, like, you know, like those trips we talked about, and do some more special events. You know, wine on food thing,
Yeah.
maybe some cooking class and stuff like that. And, but you know, I need the time. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, but no, it's everything's going good. You know, it's like,
Okay.
still having fun. You know, you got to do it when you're still enjoying what you're doing. That's the most important thing.
So one of my favorite things about another thing, I've said like 3 favorite things about working here. One of my favorite things about working for you was, you do this really nice Christmas party. And the last one I remember, you did have like a nice sushi platter out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Where does do you want to?
Yeah.
No worries, we're almost there. Only 4 phone calls, not
Yeah.
bad. It's not bad.
DL Brasserie, good morning. Hello? Yes? Yes, speaking. I'm not interested. Not interested, sir. Oh, Christmas party? You mean an employee Christmas party?
Yeah, so you do like your employee Christmas party, where you invite everybody over. You have things for people to do.
Uh-huh.
You have food.
Uh-huh.
What type of things do you think are important to keep your staff together, to keep your staff happy? Other things.
It's respect people, and you know, see they are important, you know, and think. Actually, we changed the Christmas party. We're gonna do a Christmas party in the summer this year.
In the summer?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
With better weather, you can use your pool.
I got a
you know?
barbecue for them.
Okay, that's good. French barbecue, is that a
Yeah,
thing?
French barbecue.
Okay,
That's what it's gonna be this year.
nice. Are you actually? But you can't cook at your own Christmas party.
Yes, I will. The Christmas party is for my employees. It's not for me. You know?
Okay.
It's like I want to do it for them.
Yeah, the way to give back.
Yeah,
A way
exactly.
to. Do people from the wine club get invited?
Oh no, it's just the employee Christmas party. It's only for the employees.
Okay, so what's it going to be now? It can't be a Christmas party. in the summer. It's got to have a better.
It's gonna be a holiday party.
Holiday.
It's always a holiday.
Okay.
Well, because the prime is like in
You're
December,
busy, right?
it's like it's too. We're always too busy,
Mm-hmm.
and we always like a pickup party for the wine club in the same time, and the restaurant's busy. And we thought it would be more fun. Like these people can be outside, you can have the pool and play games and
Barbecue, man.
exactly.
People love that here.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Laurent. So
Thanks.
how can people get a hold of you? Where can people come to the restaurant? What's the?
It's been we are downtown Pastor Roberts.
Okay.
We have, and you can find us at BL Brasserie down in the park. We have Instagram.
We have what's the Instagram name is?
It's on the BL Brasserie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what's the BL for?
BL. That's a good question. Bistro Laurent.
Okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to assume that. And then what else? I mean, what's the phone number that people can call?
Phone number, it's 805-226-8191.
8191, and I'll put a link to all that in the show notes.
Yeah,
for
and we have a
wine
wine store also next door.
Okay.
And people can adjust onto the restaurant.
Yeah, nice. So people come by, call, check them out on Instagram, and sweet, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. It's
All
fun.
right.
Heck yeah. Cool.